We're in your chemistry book in chapter 11, section 6 on precious metals. So when you think of precious metals, what kind of metals do you think of? Well, you might think of gold. Gold being very valuable, right? And very precious. Onto silver. Silver, another, being at sometimes silver very precious in both of them in rarity. But you probably didn't think of platinum. So platinum is a rare metal too. And platinum basically come in a group of the platinum group of metals. And these are palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, osmium, and iridium. So which are very, you could say they're very rare because you probably don't know, have never heard of their names, right? Although not traditionally considered precious metals, they're even more expensive than platinum and gold because of their extreme scarcity. Because they're so scarce, they're very precious, right? So let's talk about these precious metals. Picture down here. So the reason for the high value of gold is it is rare, right? And it says here, it is estimated that all the refined gold ever produced could fit inside a box less than 60 feet on a side. So that is pretty rare. And gold is generally found uncombined in the form of gold nuggets or particles in certain ores, but also they have to be refined. A typical gold-containing ore contains only 5 to 10 grams of gold per ton. Okay. So silver is more common, and silver again, it forms in not nuggets, not silver nuggets, but small little pieces. And silver a lot is combined with alloys, and silver components mix with copper, lead, and nickel. So a lot of times you're gonna have to with the sulfides of copper, lead, and nickel as where you find silver. And platinum may be found as the pure metal, but is the most commonly found in sulfide deposits. So again, they're going to have to reduce it, and go through and take out the ore from the mineral, take out basically the metal from the ore, I should say. It says in South Africa, as we go here, in South Africa, a mine extended as deep as 4,000 meters or 13,000 feet below the surface for a gold mine. So now it's not so easy to pan for gold, and they call panning and sluicing. I used to do that where I lived in the gold country of California. Because gold is so dense at 19.3 grams per grams in the midst of, here, let's see, grams per, let's see, I was going to find out grams per square centimeter, okay? So, and that's sloshing or running water carries away the lighter minerals, leaving the gold behind, and that's why you can pan for gold. But nowadays, panning for gold has been overdone in certain areas. So most of the mines now have to be mined underground, the gold mines. And both gold and silver are byproducts in the electrolyte purification of copper and lead. So you'll find little parts of gold and silver when you're mining for copper and lead. So a very important process that you need to know. And the reason you need to know it because it puts, cyanide, which is a poison, into the ground too. So a lot of areas where they have done a lot of gold and silver mining, they have put a lot of arsenic and cyanide and things like that into the ground. So be careful of those poisons. Gold and silver can be extracted by low-grade ores using this cyanide process. That's the process they use to extract the ores in this area. So this powdered gold or silver is mixed with aqueous sodium cyanide, and then it's exposed to the warm air for several days, and the silver and gold react with the cyanide ions and then dissolved, and the solution is then treated by activated charcoal, which absorbs the silver and gold from these complex ions, and then the charcoal is separated by filtering it, and then the gold is extracted. It's precipitated by electrolysis, so here you have all of this going on with the cyanide process. So here we have, you can read about that here. But just remember the cyanide process is with gold and silver. And of course using sodium cyanide. So properties and uses. Gold is soft yellow, lustrous. Gold is the most malleable and ductile metal, which means malleable is basically, putting it into that shape you want to shape it into, and ductile, using in small ductile areas. And it's formed into sheets so thin that it could even transmit light. So let's talk about the carats, right? Carats tell how pure gold is. So a carat equals 1/24th of a part, right? So you have a carat is 1/24th of a part. So pure gold is 24 carats. So if you have if you say my gold is 24 carats, it means that it's pure gold. Gold coins are usually 22 carats and 2 parts some other metal. So usually 22 or 92% gold for coins. And 14 carats means it's 58% gold, is 14 parts gold and 10 parts another metal, because 14 and 10 equal 24 carats, right? So that's a good way to do it. So if you have like 24 and you have 10, then you can find the percentage by putting 10 over 24 as a fraction and then reducing it to the percent. You know how to do that. White gold is an alloy of gold and nickel. So gold is used for jewelry. Of course, we know that. Some jewelry is solid gold, another has just a gold covering on it. And you can know that if you get cheap gold looking, just say it's gold. Well, if it's really gold, it's going to be more expensive. It's also used in dentistry and medicine. It resists corrosion, and it's a very excellent conductor. Basically, microcirculatory unreactive. So it's basically an excellent conductor, and microcirculatory since it's very unreactive. So pictures there. Gold nuggets. Here's computer chips with gold-plated contacts. Here's an astronaut's gold-plated visor. So let's go on to, well, also, I didn't say this, but many banks now, of course, have, throughout the world, have gold on financial reserve. Right now, our coins, our money is not backed in gold, but at many times through American history, they wanted to back your money so that you could actually go and bring in your money and change it for gold coins. But now there's gold bullions now that are very popular, and a lot of people put their money into gold instead of into a currency, right? So let's talk about silver now. Here's a picture of silver bullion coins and ore, silver candlestick, a lot of things with silver. Silver is very soft and lustrous, malleable metal. That means you can make it into whatever you want, like a candlestick or coins. Coins and jewelry since the ancient days. Pure silver is the most reflective of all metals. Silver. I always think silver in the Bible means redemption of Jesus Christ. So it's a famous metal, both gold and silver in the Bible. It's the best known conductor of heat and electricity of all the metals. So best heat and electricity. Although because silver, it costs a lot, they don't use it in electric wires. They use it copper instead in electric wires. But it is more conductive than copper. It's unreactive and does not corrode easily at all. It's not oxidized. And when I say oxidized, it does tarnish in the air, but in that point, it's not corrosive. And then we have sterling silver. What is sterling silver? Well, sterling silver is an alloy that's 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper. So you may have sterling silver in, silverware. They call it silverware, actually. Copper gives it the hardness to sterling silver. And then the silver jewelry alloys of silver and copper too. Usually the alloys in silver jewelry are 80% silver and 20% copper. And then we have, this is platinum, but then we have going down what's called amalgam. Amalgam is mercury, actually. It's a mercury alloy that's mixed with silver. And they used to use it in fillings. So they take the silver mercury and put it into our fillings, especially in the old times. Now they don't do that. Why? Because they found that mercury is pretty toxic. And so a lot of people are getting their old fillings removed, their old silver filling, amalgam fillings, because of mercury in it. So let's talk about platinum real quick, the last one. Platinum is used primarily as a catalyst in pollution control devices such as automotive catalytic converters. In California, every car has to have this catalytic converter for pollution control. And also in the production of petroleum products. It's also used in many other things like electronic devices, spark plugs, surgical tools, dental work, all these things, because it resists corrosion. Platinum is pretty rare though. Several platinum compounds have also been found to used in anti-cancer drugs. That's pretty important. I didn't know they used platinum anti-cancer drugs. So coins and bullion are an investment now. A lot of people invest in platinum. Can you imagine that instead of gold? So here's a platinum mesh industrial catalyst here. We think of catalytic converters or whatever. Platinum rings, very beautiful. Platinum nuggets, automobile catalytic converter. Platinum, this is what a platinum nugget, very beautiful, almost look like silver, huh? So platinum. So palladium and rhodium right here are likewise used as industrial and automotive catalysts. And iridium is an alloy with platinum to increase the corrosion resistance. Osmium, these are all very rare, so very expensive, is the densest naturally occurring element and is roughly twice as dense as lead. So that's our precious metals. Let's look at some of our questions. List 3 primary precious metals, pretty easy, right? Gold, silver, and platinum. What property of gold allows it to be separated from sand or crushed by panning or sluicing? So, because you can pan gold because gold is very dense. And so the density is 19.3 per square centimeter. We went over that. So that's why you can pan or sluice to get gold out of rivers and such, because of its density. What chemical process is used today to extract gold from low grade ores? The cyanide process, remember? So we have to be careful of that too. What percentage is gold is 10 carats of gold? Okay, well, let me just put this, you can see my little chicken scratch here, maybe. So here we have 10, there's 24 carats of pure gold. So if you only have 10 carats, so 10 over 24, and you can reduce that to 5 over 12, and then divide it out here, and I got 0.4166. I divided 12 into 5. And so that rounds to 0.417 because you only want 3 sig figs, they said. And so you can cause that, you can change this to 41.7%. So if you have 10 carats of gold, then you have 41.7% gold. What is sterling silver? It's 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper. That's in your reading here. Give 3 uses for gold, 3 uses of silver, platinum. So gold for jewelry, dentistry, medicine, coins. Silver, jewelry, wires, dental. Silver is used for a lot of things, silver coins. Platinum is catalytic converters for pollution control, spark plug, surgical tools, dental, and anti-cancer. So, okay, that's about it for our precious metals. And then we'll go on to the next section, which is going to be aluminum and other metals.